And there's the Beatles right there. PSA 9. There can't be many of these at that level. Let's take a peek. There can't be many of these at that level. And there are two. There are 2 9s and there are no 10s out there. Very exciting. Check this out.
I didn't even know this was a thing.
All right, here we are with another PSA graded card reveal. And let's get into this. I'll open these boxes up and we will see what we have.
To blame when you're all out of chances and nothing is going your way.
Okay, we have got we've got 2 submissions here. I think it goes let's see, 75119, 75119, 75741. Okay, so this is one submission here. And this was a separate one right here. Okay. Let's go ahead and get right into this now. First card is a 1986 Rock and Bubble Phil Collins, the 10 of spades. This is a PSA 7. And let's take a look at this. And then the back of a Rock and Bubble looks like this right here. Here we are. There's Phil. And I really don't know, as far as the pop counts go, how these cards go. I don't know if a lot of these are graded or not. Phil Collins, population of 2 as a 7, and there is 1 card higher. So not a lot of these graded at this point. Pop 2, 1 higher. Phil's pop count there. And I noticed a lot of these cards, even when you pull them out of the packs, they can be, what can I say, deteriorated, deoxidized, or molded in some way. There's a lot of browning on a lot of these cards. Even when they come out of the pack, a lot of the cards come out of the pack ruined because of the gum that's in there. Next, 1986 Rock and Bubble Sheena Easton, 8 of Hearts, PSA 9. That's a good grade. Okay, there's Sheena Easton right there. And there's Sheena Easton, 1986 Rock and Bubble. And that's a PSA 9 right there. And let's see what we've got here. Very nice. Sheena Easton is a pop 1, none higher. That's awesome. Wow. So here we are, 1986 Rock and Bubble, 8 of Hearts, Sheena Easton, PSA 9. That's a pop 1 with none higher. There's a nice little card to add to the collection right there.
So I got down on my knees at the
Next card, 1986 Rockin' Bubble 10 of Hearts, Whitney Houston. A lot of people would consider this the key card in the set. And this is only a PSA 8 here, so we'll see how that does. I know this card more than likely is the most graded card in the set. And there's Whitney right there. Let's take a look at the pop count. Whitney Houston. Pop 14 is an 8, and there are 13 cards higher. There's more than likely even some 10s in this card. So let's drill down and take a look. 10 of Hearts. Yeah, there are 3 10s. 10 9s, 14 8s. That's Whitney Houston. So I also graded some Beastie Boys cards here. There's 2 different ones in the set. And this is 1991 Pro Set Music Cards, MTV Raps. Card number 102. And this one's only a PSA 8. But as many of us know, Beastie Boy cards are not plentiful out there. Panini has some nice ones. Here's some right here. There's the Beastie Boys right there. Pro Set, MTV Raps. And let's see how a PSA 8 holds up. So a PSA 8 has a population of 9 and there's 31 higher. So there we go. Here's the other Beastie Boys card in the MTV Rap set. That's also PSA 8. That's the other card right there. There we go. 1991 Pro Set Music Cards, MTV Ramps. And this card has a population of 13 with 15 higher. That is as a PSA 8. And going back to card number 102 again, that's the first Beastie Boys card I show you. Here's the same card in a 9. So there we go. That's what a 9 looks like. And there we go. Beastie Boys card 102 and a 9. And let's see what the numbers look like for this. Population of a 9 is 28, and there are 3 10s. So there's 28 9s and 3 10s in this card. That's not a lot of 10s out there. Next card is the other Beastie Boys in 103 card. I showed you the 8 already. Here is the 9 in that. And we will also check the pop numbers in that one. There we go. And let's check that. Pop 13 as a 9, and there are 2 10s out there. Pop 13 is a 9, there are 2 10s. All right. And that is that. That was just a small submission I did for those cards there. Here is a whole nother submission. These are more vintage cards here. Those are actually, although these cards that I just showed you are 30 some years old, 30 plus years old. They are, yeah, 30, 35 years old. Um, they are more, with me, considered more a modern music card. So here's more of the vintage stuff right here. And I will start with let me start with these big slabs. And I'll get these out of the way. So this first one, that's a 1975 Lions made Michael Jackson Pop Stars. It's a PSA 8. That's a good grade on that. And yeah, let's take a peek at this right here. Getting some glare off of this, so bear with me. There's the Lions made Pop Stars. And let's take a look at the back as well. 1975. There's Michael Jackson, Lions made Pop Star. 1975. Let me give it a little bit of a close-up. I don't know if that can handle that or not. And let me give you the back of that. I don't have a lot of these out there. This is kind of a one-off. And let's take a look at what the pop is on this. Michael Jackson in a PSA 8 in this card has a population of 10, and there are only 4 higher. From 1975, so that puts that at what, 48 years old. So here's a 48-year-old die-cut card that is a pop 10 in the condition I have it in, and there are 4 higher. Now let's take a peek at what else, or what other grades this has, whether it has any 10s or not. And Michael Jackson, there we go. Go down on this. There are 0 10s, there are 4 9s, and there are 10 8s. I like that. That's a good grade for that card. I like that. Next card, Dionne Warwick. 1969 Mr. Softies, Dionne Warwick Pop Parade. I have quite a few of these cards, these type cards, Mr. Softies. There's a few I still need to get, a few of the really key ones, but I sent this one in because I thought the card was absolutely immaculate condition-wise in regard to corners, edges, centering, and surface. I looked it over many times, and the reason I sent it in is I would not normally send in a Dionne Warwick card for, you know, you wouldn't think that you would pull that out of the set to grade it. But the condition of the card was, I thought, well, wow, I might get a 10 out of this thing. Yeah, it pulled a 7. So sometimes I don't even know what I'm doing, because somehow that pulled a 7. And even if I look at it, which I think I will, I'm just dumbfounded by this grade right now. I really thought this was going to be high grading. And in my head, when I thought, when I get this back, I'm going to really go for that card. I'm going to look for it and see if I got a 10 on a Mr. Softy. So that wasn't the case here. There we go. There's Dionne Warwick. That's a 7. That's what a 7 looks like. And let's see where we are as far as pop count there. I don't know if these Mr. Softies get graded a lot or not. I really don't know. So there's 2 7s out there, and there are 6 cards higher. I do want to drill down on that real quick, just to see. Right to the end, because if these are alphabetical again, it's going to be, no, it doesn't look like they are. Yeah, And Warwick, there we are. Let's see. I have a 7. And there's 2 of those. There are 2 8s, and there are 4 9s. There are no 10s. So they just don't hand out that great on this card, I guess. I mean, this card is just immaculate. Just, you wish any card in your collection would look like this. And somehow it got a 7. So, I don't know what's up with that. That's the part that I sometimes am amazed at when I actually look at these grades and I think, what? Or I think, wow, that really got a good grade for that card. Here's a card, 1964 Mr. Softy, the Beatles. And this one is since there's 2 Beatles cards in this subset, it's called, this one is entitled The Undoubted. The other one is called Within a Year. So this is a PSA 5. And once again, a nice card. I really don't know the issue with it. How it gets a 5, I guess my expertise level is not very good with a Mr. Softy card. Because that pulled a 5. And I'm going to promise you that has no creases, no indentations, no surface issues. And you can see the rest. You can see the corners, you can see the edges, and you can see the centering. And that pulled a 5. There's the back of it right there. One of the options could be there might be a certain amount of yellowing that they measure on the back. I don't really see it, but over time some of these cards get less white, and maybe that is a factor that they can pick up on there. That might be something there, but I don't know if that would cost me that many grades. Something that's really not highly visible like that. And I'm not seeing it as, anyway. So let's see what the pop is on this card right here. And let's go to there we go. There's the Beatles. The Undoubted titled card. The population as of 5 is 14. And there are 160 of these cards better than a PSA 5. I would like to see these 160 cards that are better than this. Man, they must be nice cards. All right. Next card, 1964 Mr. Softy, the Beatles top 10 within a year. It's called, let's see, what are they drinking there? Are they drinking, they were drinking Pepsis. So they're each holding a Pepsi. Classic Beatles suits on, classic Beatle haircuts. Just a great card. Really a great card. And those are Pepsis they're drinking. PSA 7 on that card. That one's fun just to have in the collection right there. All right. Come on. And for the Beatles, there are 28 7s and, wow, 93 cards high. 28 7s and 93 cards high. And, wow. Interesting. Okay, let me break this into 2 stacks. Total of 16 cards here. Let's start going through these. This first card is 1972 Panini Contanti 72 Santana. PSA 6. A little bit off center there. I can tell you that right off the bat. That's a little bit off center there. There's Santana. 1972 Panini Contanti 72 set. And I just love this set. Some great cards in this set. And as a PSA 6, there are 4 6s and there are 5 cards higher than that as far as this Santana card. So there we are. Put these over here. There we go. Next card. 1968 Panini Contanti, the Yardbirds, PSA 2. And it's a 2 because it is one of those cards that has the tape strip right here. And you can see the residual buildup over the years from that. So this is the Yardbirds, PSA 2. I guess you can consider that a recovery card because of the discoloring of the tape strip. And there's the Yardbirds right there. And this has the Bisvalita back on it, which is a little bit more rare than the standard back. And in this condition, this is a Pop 4 as a 2, and there are 9 cards higher. And there's the Yardbirds for you. Next card. And if you've seen my previous videos and reveals, you've seen this card before. This is one of my favorite Beatles cards. 1968 Dutch unnumbered, set 3, group 3, plugging ears. This is a PSA 5, so that's a lower grade. That's pretty much the low end of what I've ever had on this card. I might have had one lower. And there's the Beatles right there, plugging ears. Dutch unnumbered, set 3, group 3. Just a cool card. 1968. 55-year-old card. 55-year-old card. And as a PSA 5, there are, let's see, there are 3 of those. And there are 8 cards higher. There we are on that. And here's a cool Paul McCartney card. This is only a 4. It's a 1966 though. 66 Dutch unnumbered Paul. Set 3, group 1. PSA 4. Yeah, that's a good looking card. Paul right there. And let's the back of this card isn't exactly, well, let's just say it's not perfectly clean. If you can get a good look at that, almost like if you were to take it and put it on a, something that wasn't perfectly clean and rub it. It's like it just has a little bit of plateaus of slight amounts of soil on there, or dirt of sorts. And not much, but, and this card is, and believe it or not, in a PSA 4 is a Pop 2, and there's only 1 card higher. But these set 3 group 1s are tough to come by. Especially anything in a gradable condition, because they're 1966. That's early. Not as easy as like a 68 set, for instance. 1969 Lions made John Lennon Pop Stars with Pop Token. I have had these in my reveals before. Here is one more. I think this is the last one I submitted. I think I submitted 3 of these all together. And this is a PSA 4. It's a decent looking card in decent condition. They're really being critical of it because I mean, I understand that they want to treat it like a brand new card. If it's not perfect, it's not perfect. But it's really a nice card in every way. And it's only a 4. Show you the pop star's back. There we go. There's John. Love that card. I submitted a few of them to try to get, to try to see what I had as far as a good grade. I was really confident in these, but they did not produce like I thought they would. So I will be on the lookout for a better condition one. And this card is a pop 1, and there are 4 higher. So this is the only 4, but there are 4 higher than this one. Alright. There's John, and that is the card with the pop token. And when the pop token is gone, that is the hand cut card. And this card I've had before, the 1960 Kane Productions Limited Buddy Holly and the Crickets Disc Stars. This one is the lowest grading one I've had so far. And this is a PSA 3. There's something about this card that they're not liking. And I can assure you it's not a crease. It's not a surface issue. So it must be that they gave it a 3 because of the corners. So here is Buddy Holly and the Crickets, 1960. Kane Productions Limited. Really cool card. Great card for the collection. And let's take a peek here. And we are a pop 1 at a PSA 3, and there are 17 cards higher. So still a very limited run on getting these graded. But as time goes on, those population numbers will increase, I'm sure. There we go. There's Buddy Holly and the Crickets. Next card up, 1967 Dutch Unnumbered Paul, Set 3, Group 2. This is a PSA 4. Really nice looking card. Just a classic looking Beatles card. What a great Beatles era that was right there. 1967. There we go. There's Paul. And let's see how this PSA 4 card is going to hold up. This PSA 4 is a population of 4, and there are 5 cards higher than this. So not bad. Very nice card. Next card. This is a 1978 Swedish Samlarsaker Iggy Pop, card number 222. Wow, a PSA 9. Love the grade. That's a really, really nice card. That's a really strong card. Check that out. There's Iggy Pop. PSA 9. Wow. Loving that. There's Iggy. PSA 9, 1978 Swedish Samlarsaker. Card number 222. And let's see. This is a pop 2 with none higher. So this card is in very elite company. There's only one other card that's ever reached a 9. And this shares that spot with that card right there. None higher. There are no 10s of this card. So there we go right there. Pop 2, none higher. Pop 2, none higher. All right. There's Iggy. And okay, next. Once again, I have my one of my favorite Beatles cards, 1968 Dutch unnumbered, set 3, group 3, plugging ears. Wow, this is a great grade. PSA 9. That is my strongest grade yet on this card. There is a PSA 9 of the Beatles, set 3, group 3, plugging ears, 1968 Dutch unnumbered. And there's the Beatles right there. PSA 9. There can't be many of these at that level. Let's take a peek. There can't be many of these at that level. And there are two. There are 2 9s and there are no 10s out there. Very exciting. Check this out. 2 9s and no 10s. There's the Beatles plugging ears, and that's why I keep plugging away at it and keep sending these in to try to get myself to this level right here. I can trade off some of the lower grades, and this is what I keep doing. If I keep finding that I get myself into 4s and 5s and 6s, I keep trying to improve. That's the whole game of collecting there. 1972 Panini Contanti 72 Simon & Garfunkel. Another great grade. Card number 201. This is a PSA 9. Wow. Check this out. PSA 9. Simon & Garfunkel, 1972. That is a 51-year-old card right there. 51-year-old card, and it's a 9. There's Simon & Garfunkel right there. This card has endured the test of time. It has been properly handled for the last 51 years, and there it is. Let's take a look at how this is on the pop count. PSA 9 on Simon & Garfunkel. And it's a pop 3, and there are none higher. So there we go. What a great grade. Pop 3, none higher on Simon & Garfunkel. 1972, 51-year-old card. Very nice. Next card. 1978 Swedish Samlarsaker Bee Gees. Card number 230. And this is a PSA 8. Very good grade. Wow, that is a colorful card. Check out how nice that looks. There is no fading there. That is a beautiful, beautiful card. Been properly maintained for many, many years. 45 years. And there's the Bee Gees right there. 1978 Swedish Samlarsaker. The Bee Gees. PSA 8. And let's take a peek at where this stands in pop count. There are 3 Bee Gees cards that have graded an 8, and nothing has ever graded higher. So there it is. This card is in Elite Company. That is one good for the collection, good to keep. And there we go. Next, we got 1972 Panini Contanti 72, the Bee Gees. This is a PSA 8. Wow, great. Love it. PSA 8 on the 72 Bee Gees. Here we go. There's the Bee Gees right there. And there's the Bee Gees, 1972 Contanti. Beautiful card. And let's take a look at where we are. Card 234. This PSA 8 has a population of 5, and there are 3 higher. And I'm wondering if any of these has ever reached a 10. Let's scroll down to card number 234. On a vintage card like this, no. None of them have ever been a 10. So we have the 5 8s. This is an 8. That's one of 5 of the 8s, and there are 3 9s and there are no 10s. So that's That's the pop count on that card right there. This is a beautiful card though. The centering on this is really nice, as you can see. But to get an 8, everything's pretty much got to be on the money there. Here's a 1975 Pop Builder. Med Punked Elvis Presley. 676 is the card number. PSA 9. Very nice. Wow. That's a great grade. PSA 9 on Elvis Presley. The white on the white on this is really white. This is 1975. This is 48 years old. There's Elvis Presley. I'm going to show you the back of this one, show you how white that is. There we are. And there's Elvis Presley right there. That's a 1975 Pop Builder. And that's a Swedish card, and that is a PSA 9. Let's take a look at the pop count on that and see where we are. Oh yes, population 1, none higher. This Elvis Presley card, card number 676 of the 1975 Swedish Pop Builder. There it is right there. That is the highest ever graded card of this card by PSA. It's a PSA 9. It's a Pop 1, none higher. That's a keeper. All right. 1972 Panini Contanti 72 Arlo Guthrie. PSA 7. The colors on this card are just amazing. That's a nice condition card there. PSA 7. Arlo Guthrie. I can't remember if I sent him in more, if I sent in more of him or not. There's Arlo Guthrie right there. PSA 7, 1972 Contanti 72 set. And Arlo Guthrie is a Pop 3 at a 7, and there are 6 higher. So people are grading Arlo Guthrie Pop 3 with 6 higher, as it sits at a PSA 7. Here's Peter Frampton, 1978 Swedish Samlarsaker. I have sent one of these in before. I believe I had it in one of my previous reveals. And I believe it graded higher than this. I just can't remember. This card number 175. This is a PSA 7. There's Peter Frampton. And there's Peter Frampton right there. And let's take a peek at Peter Frampton is a Pop 2 with 1 higher. So there are 2 7s and there is 1 card higher. And this is the easiest way to tell what my other card graded, because I know mine is the one that's higher. This is card number 175. I'm going to scroll down to that. And I'm sure a bunch of you can relate with this. You can't remember everything you've got. You can remember everything you've got, whether or not you've got one. You just can't remember, if you do grade them, you can't remember exactly what grade it was and what condition all of them are in. That gets a little difficult, I'm starting to find. And so yeah, the other one was an 8. So I've got an 8 and a 7 now on this card. There are no 9s and 10s. So my 8 is a Pop 1. And I did have that featured in another one of my reveal videos. So there we go. There's Peter Frampton. And we've got a 1966 Dutch Unnumbered, the Yardbirds Set 3 Group 1, 1966. Once again, this is a tough year. There's not a lot of great cards out there in great condition from the 66 on the Dutch Unnumbered set. This is a PSA 7. That's a great grade. Take a look at the Yardbirds. You can see this is off center, left to right. And that's costing it some grades, but the rest of the card lifts it up to a 7. Just a beautiful card. And there's the Yardbirds right there. All right, let's take a peek. The Yardbird, this Yardbirds card is a Pop 1 at a PSA 7, and there is only one higher. Pop 1 and only one higher. Very nice. Well, that's all of them for today. Hope you enjoyed that. Hope you enjoy all these reveals as we go through them. I've got a lot more to go. A lot more cards coming in. And as I acquire new cards, I will be grading cards as time goes on. So this is something that'll probably never have a cycle that ends. Anyway, I appreciate you stopping by. And as soon as we have another reveal, we'll see you then. I want to thank you for watching this video today. I hope you enjoy watching all of the Collecting Music Cards videos as they're posted. If you think you may want to learn more about music cards and tips for collecting them, and if you're looking forward to more videos in this series, take a second to hit the subscribe button and click the notification bell as well if you want notifications that a new video has posted. If you'd like to take a peek at some of my personal music card collection online, you can find it on my website at www.cardboardportfolio.com. And if you're excited about being part or becoming part of the music card collecting community, please leave a comment down below. I'd love to see what you have to say, and I'm sure others would too. Until next time, thanks for stopping by.